Now, this is a very important video that not a lot of people know about regarding the dangers of non-alcoholic beer, spirits, wine. There's so many different non-alcoholic beverages on the market.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I feel like I had to make this video because I've reviewed so many different non-alcoholic beverages, and I've gotten a lot of comments of people saying, hey Mark, I saw your video about this non-alcoholic beer. I'm going to check it out. Here's the main issue, and that is non-alcoholic beverages can be potentially triggering. Now, I want to stress, I am not a licensed doctor. I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a licensed counselor. And I like to say that very directly because you should consult with a counselor, with a licensed professional, if you do have a drinking problem and you're considering non-alcoholic beer. The reason why I say that is non-alcoholic beer can be very, very good for some people, but very, very bad for others, and it's a case-by-case basis. For example, I've done a video of the Heineken OO beer. The Heineken OO beer is easily the most popular non-alcoholic beer right now, and I've gotten a bunch of comments of people saying, hey Mark, this really helped me. I have one of these, and it feels like I'm drinking, but I'm not consuming alcohol. I've been sober for 10 years, and this really helped me. Or I'm just becoming sober, and by having this non-alcoholic beer, it allows me to kind of satisfy that craving, and I don't feel like I need alcohol, which is awesome. However, on the other end, and I did some research for this video, there are a lot of doctors, psychologists, therapists, and counselors who've talked about the negative aspects of non-alcoholic beer. It is very possible, depending on the person, and this is a case-by-case basis, that let's say you've been sober for 5 years, you want to try non-alcoholic beer, you start drinking that non-alcoholic beer, and because of the taste, the smell, maybe the whole experience, the feeling of drinking from the bottle, etc., because of the entire experience as a whole, it could potentially trigger you to then going back into drinking. Or let's say if you're just trying to be sober straight out and you're having non-alcoholic beer, because a lot of non-alcoholic beer is so similar to regular beer, it can be very, very triggering. I mentioned in that Heineken OO beer review that I had a alcoholic Heineken, a non-alcoholic Heineken, and I genuinely could not tell the difference. That's how similar they are. And like I said, for some people, that can be very beneficial to have something that's very similar to the real thing, but is not the real thing. There's no alcohol in it, so it's way healthier for you. On the other end, for some people, they have it, it's that first breadcrumb or first spark because of the smell, the taste, the sensation, basically the entire experience. It could trigger them to start drinking again and start consuming alcohol again. This is why I wanted to make this video, because at the end of the day, talk to your counselor. I've seen online a lot of counselors and let's say AA and other sobriety programs and addiction recovery programs have suggested not to have non-alcoholic beer because of the potential triggering effects. I just had to say that on camera, that if you're going to be experimenting with non-alcoholic beers, there's some non-alcoholic tequilas, rums, whiskeys, bourbons. If you're going to be experimenting with anything that's meant to be an imitation of the real thing, always talk to a licensed professional first.